Otherwise
vipi?
Ukaje?
Mimi niko poa. Na wewe?
Niko fiti kwenye hii kiti.
Buda. Nyinyi wala sio mnashine kwa shairi.
Wewe. Nimejaribu kukumbuka hizo mawads zilikuwa nini? Mtungo.
Na pia ilikuwa wanasema pia
lazima ipotee. Inakuanga hivyo kwa hii maisha.
Tanakali za sauti.
Sio wala watu vitu za.
Wewe unajua mnyamliko wa vitenzi. Bado unajiuliza nini?
Hapo umenichapa. Hiyo ndio nimekubali. Sasa niko na story bana.
Bana chapa hiyo.
Lakini story ili happen kidogo. Tumechelewa kidogo kusema hii story, lakini focus yetu itakuwa on it. Ni vile tunataka to build from it.
Okay.
So time fulani bana usiku hivi tumewatch award fulani. Mse fulani akatokea hapo hivyo, alikuwa na moderate. Akapiga joke 1, wasa akacheka. Joke 2, wasa akacheka. Akapiga nyingine, wasa akacheka. Lakini mtu mmoja akatoka hapo kwa crowd. Kakam. Manzi tukadhani msana anataka kwenda kumwambia manzi hapo
umeshikilia uzito.
Kumbe uzito ilikuwa inashikiliwa mahali pengine.
Wapi?
Hapa bana. Uzito ilishikiliwa kushika.
Akacha fingerprint.
We.
Bari.
We. Hawa akarudi akakaa chini. Alafu akasema wacha ni paraphrase kwa sababu hapa kuna vitu alisema pale. Hatuwezi sema hapa. Akisema tu mzee, wife wangu manze usimuongelee. Wachana nayo.
Alisema keep
nani? Keep huyo.
Wife.
Out of your mouth.
Yes story.
Nikasema we. Awkward. Na kulikuwa na Mkenya mwingine hapo nyuma. Ili trend Mkenya mwingine hapo nyuma akashangaa. Kunaendaje hapa?
Ingekuwa pale Kenya National Theatre. This have happened.
We. So mimi after hiyo kitu manzeni nimekuwa nikijiuliza. Umsali tu joke. Joke za kwanza waswali. So alicheka, ilikuwa sawa. Haikuwa na any issue. Lakini hii moja hii ikakuwa
ili drive to the point of ku slap the MC.
Nikajiuliza wasoma juu hivyo ndo wanapiga makofi. Kasema we hiyo kupiga makofi wacha ikae.
Sina vile mtu wa volunteer. Ndio aonyeshe wewe tutapiga makofi.
Bana. So nikajiuliza.
Mkao story ilikuwa noma by the.
Ngori. Ili trend mbaya. Hata nilikuwa nasema tungeongelea, lakini sasa nataka tufocus kwa just building from what happened. Swali yangu yenye nilikuwa najiuliza, how far is too far when it comes to jokes? Kuzika walicheka hizi zingine. Alafu hii moja kuna walicheka, lakini kuna moja alijam. Aliamua kupiga makofi. Wengine wakacheka. Unaona sasa?
Lena kupiga kofi. Like sure. We. Buda yenyewe. Kusema kweli. I think that's a good question kutoka kwa hiyo story. Because this MC thought he had cracked, probably thought. We don't have to process kile tumeona.
True.
MC alitoa joke, akajua hii joke just like the rest. Please give us another one just like the other one. So he thought it was just like the other one, only to be met with a slap of his life on air. So as we will be empathetic. But anyway, that is what happened. So I think asking that question as where do you draw the line, as in when it comes to joking, how far is too far? That's a good question. And thinking back in my, I'm one guy who likes to joke a lot. I hardly pass off a good opportunity to just crack a joke. Na hiyo imekuwa miaka mingi mimi nimekuwa nikifanya hivyo for long. So back then, couple of years back, when I was still in campus, I had a few incidences where I think at that time I thought I was at my peak. Unajua nilikuwa
ulikuwa ushatoa joke kwanza.
Because na camp unajua natoa joke nafuata nyingine, I know it's a trap. Kuna mahali unaingia tu unataka tu kuendelea because I think everybody's laughing and everybody's excited. man, wacha nikushow. I think there's a time when I was in first year or second year. And you know, I used to, tukiwa kampo, we are going to the cafeteria, tunakaa hapo chini, tunakula. And when we are hanging out like that as buddies, unajua, after kula, you just want to catch a moment, pige ma story. If an opportunity presents itself, ya kudisimsee, ya make joke, miss kwa na yache ipite. Nayo. Nimeangusha tu mse. Wase nao wamelaruka. Kidogo, after a while, you know, we were still new as first years. So this guy had become, we were in the same class. Tulikuwa tunaongea kidogo. Then one day approaches me and ananiambia, "Wewe Robe, kuna sana some of those jokes unasema zina umsa kusikia poa." And I actually ignored this guy. I threw caution to the wind, nikamwambia mazi, especially now, my mentality then was that probably if it's a guy, he's being too soft. So he probably doesn't deserve me toning down. Yeye ndio anafaa ku toughen up mazi. It's such a joke, laugh. I didn't think about it at all. Brushed off the guy, nikamaliza hiyo story. Years later, 3 years later, niko 4th year. Tunatoka class, tuko skodi, tumetoka lecture hall, tunaenda sasa tena lunch. When you're walking down that road, and then of course, unajua ukitembea kidogo, class ni kubwa, so you've not said hi to everybody when you're in class. So nikiona mtu, kumbe huko buda, naendeleaje? Kumbe huko, how are you doing? Hi, nini hapa na pale. So mse moja nikamgotea, nikimpita mara moja. Vipi? Silence. Nikamgotea tena. Ni aje? Unajua niko maybe vipi, maybe alikuwa anaenda nasema kitu kingine.
Au kusema otherwise.
Hapo ndio nilanda maybe. Ama sikushout. Nikisema vipi? Mazinga msalimia ya pili, akanyamaza. Nikamuuliza, is there anything I did? Kuna kitu nimekufanyia to deserve? You're not responding, ama is there an issue? Msaka fungua roho. Kanambia, Buda, mimi sitaki kubonga naye bidhi. Mimi hakuna story tunapiga naye. And the person narrated for me how on several occasions I had made a joke that hurt them. I made a joke that I thought it was funny. Very likely all the guys who were around at the time laughed at, you see, of course you're laughing at the person. And kwa umsali nionyesha how ruthless I had been by not really thinking about their how they would have felt, how somebody would have felt if somebody joked about them in that manner. And to the point of umsal kwa ansikia uchungu. Yani I couldn't believe it. But I felt so bad. Yani from that moment when somebody told me that is when I realized, I thought back 3 years later and I said, gosh, this guy was right. There are people who are actually getting hurt for real. And when I'm thinking I'm having a good time and I think my joke is really great and people are laughing about it, the person I just dissed, ama ule msi nimechongoa, ama ule msi, yani the subject of the joke, anaweza kuwa naumia na ameshindwa hata kusema. It can damage esteem, it can damage relationships, friendships. You know, I asked myself how many opportunities I'd missed, or how many instances I misused when I could have interacted with people a bit better, a bit more being thoughtful, or in a constructive manner. You know, instead now I was the guilt of having hurt other people who maybe hawatasema, sitapata chance waniambie, tutamaliza kampo, atenda huko, I dented somebody's image, self-esteem. I felt really bad about it. So I was really sorry and remorseful for the fact that I was having a good time joking. Some guys around might have had a good time because I made a joke that they probably thought ini funny. But the subject of the joke, ule mtu nilikuwa nachongoa, the person I was dissing, might have been hurt or wounded, and I could not be able to reach them. How many of them were hurt for that matter, I can't tell. So for me, where to draw the line when it comes to joking, where how far is too far is a reality for me. I've experienced it personally, and I had to make it a turning point and be empathetical and thoughtful of other people, and not always think about making somebody a subject of the joke. But making jokes that probably are not hurtful, or I can probably think about the other person.
Your story ni normal. Even as we think about that, guys, for those of us who are watching, na hata mimi manzi, mimi vile ameongea imefika point nikajiuliza, maybe was there a time yenye hata mimi nilitoa joke ikaumiza mtu and I didn't even know about it, you know, and at the same time did someone say something about me ikanibo, but I didn't have that opportunity to tell them, you know what, you kitu imenibo. So I don't know about you guys, if you actually have experienced such a thing, such a case, comment down below and discuss about it. Then just tell us how you handled it, you know, what was the turning point for you. And for those who don't even know about that, you know, ask yourself moving forward, how can you know, how can you make a difference even in how we make jokes. I think what I'm getting, Roba, from your story is the fact that there is a line to draw. As in, you just can't make jokes anywhere, anytime, you know, you just joke about anyone in just like that, because I feel like there is a relationship that you need to build, you know, like sasa kama mimi na wewe nimekuwa nikienjoy umse na umse pia amekuwa akienjoy hii show ya ngapi bana, tumekuwa tukienjoyana
mazi live bana mbele ya watu,
but because tunajuana to a certain level, and I know where I can, you know, joke with him. I know nikiongea kusui pia anajua what it means, you know, because we communicate these things. We are friends that deep. Kuna wase wengine hatujuani hivyo, so siwezi anza tu
kudis
wacha nitumie umse ndio. Na unajua kuna watu wengine, by the way, and this is a very serious thing, kuna watu wengine wenye wanaona wanataka kubuild mabeshte, unaget, so anaona nikidis mtu hii group ikicheka manze, sendo mimi natakawa
wanifollow sasa, wanisikizange,
which is wrong. And by the way, sometimes kuna mtu anaweza dhani maybe umse ni fictional. It's actually something that happens subconsciously or consciously. There are people who actually do that
at the expense of others.
That's where bullying inatokea manzi. You know, you just want to make other people feel comfortable at the expense of others getting hurt, which is something dangerous. And sometimes for both of us, you might not know what you're doing at that time. For sure. Sometimes you'd be in that space. Una vile Roba amesema manzi ilifika place amepiga joke mpaka kaona kaende unapotea, you don't even think about it. But sasa tukipiga hii story na kuit, by the way 1 2 3 things, you know, kuna mali maybe nilisema kitu and someone can actually get hurt. And you know, the biggest issue here is we don't want to put someone else to a place where we tell them mtu akitoa joke enye ikubambi enda umwambie manze, hiyo ni the victim. Tena tunarudi kwa story ya victim tena, unapea victim burden nyingine, unajua. So yeye atakuwa tu kila time ako defensive, akisikia tunasema manze hapo hujaongea poa, ataka mbaya, you know,
taka hata when you party pooper, you don't even you can't
a slight joke manze, hizi chukua tu
with a light touch. You don't understand what it means.
So the best thing is sianze na wewe mwenye unatoa joke, because you can control yourself, you know, kuna jokes utatoa and at the same time hautakaa party pooper, because no one would know if the joke is in your mind and you don't talk about it. Just think about that. Think about it. Hakuna mtu mwingine anajua. Umecheka huko ndani peke yako. Unajua? Alafu you move on.
Kweli.
Hiyo ndio yenye mimi na get hapa hivi. Na pia audience manzi. Kuna place yenye unaweza toa hiyo joke na msee ako like, okay, hiyo joke ni poa, but singependa uitoe mbele ya
watu, mbele ya these ladies, in front of these patients.
And I feel like it has a lot. So sasa ni kweke place yenye sasa unajuza, okay, audience ni gani, okay, ili okay, check, so now joke. It has a lot to do with empathy.
That's true.
Because that's where it starts. Because if you learn empathy, you will know. Ina come out naturally. I actually have a verse in the book of Ephesians 5:4, it says, let there be no filthiness, nor foolish talk, nor crude joking, which are out of place, but instead let there be thanksgiving. So you see, hapa hivi wanasema kuna jokes zenye ziko
crude
and they're out of place. You know, so it means it's something that is very, when you learn it comes naturally, you know. Okay, enyewe hii kitu siwezi sema hapa hivi. Kuna mtu mwenye aliniambia maturity manze ina play. The more you experience a lot of things, the more you see a lot of things, you'll know, hey, hapa hivi siwezi toa joke kama hii, hapa hivi siwezi toa joke kama hii. You know, because and you grow. We're not saying ati sasa manze kawe ni msao kutoa jokes, my friend. Lazima ukue mature in your jokes, but just be aware of what is happening. Be aware of the jokes that you're cracking. Manze. Nipo kucheka. Kila mtu anataka kucheka manze. Laughter is the best medicine, we agree. But not at the expense of someone else.
Wow. That's deep. I think umesema very significant and crucial points hapo. You know, the fact that you have to consider, is it crude? Is it harsh? Are you being ruthless? Are you being heartless? Unajua, and again, is it out of place? Are you speaking at the right time? Unajua mtu anaweza kuwa in mourning. Mtu mwingine anaweza kuwa going through a very difficult day. You might want to cheer them up, but you have to be very careful of the timing, the season they are going through, the place, who is listening, who is watching. For instance, if it's a YouTube content, or it's an event, who is attending that event. So and there are many other things to consider. I think being trying to grow from being empathetic, that perspective, from that standpoint, be empathetical. It will help you to be able to identify some of these traps, or some of these situations that you need to avoid. And again, also something else I think is that know your audience. If you are a comedian, for instance, if it's just a casual joking, ile ya kuongea, know who you are talking with. Kama mimi vile Kevo amesema, we know each other. So kuna jokes atasema hii Robi anaweza handle, anaweza take. I know, even I probably suspect this is how he's going to respond. Know people. So if you want to joke with people you know, your friends, if it's your family, and then the right kind of jokes for them, because you care for them. So care about people, think about their perspective. And it's hard work, but it means for a moment stop thinking about yourself. So you're thinking about, okay, yes, I want everybody to have a good laugh, even including the person I'm going to mention. So they have to be able to take it. And then if you're out there and you've been wounded, you've been hurt by somebody who joked or said something, tell them about it. If somebody in your circle, somebody you can reach out to, tell them this is not proper, because you can be the solution to stopping that kind of joking. You can be the one who will assist him to tone down, or her to tone down, and then somebody else will be saved the hurt or the wounding or such things. And I think the moral of the lesson for me on when it comes to joking, how far is too far, is that there's some things that are obvious for me, is personal things, sensitive things, and you can't know these things if you don't know the person. You can't know these things if you generally don't think about it. Put yourself in somebody else's shoe before you joke, or you diss or uchongoe umse. Unless me agree, no boundaries. 2020.
Na pia hapo pia nakwanga noma, cause unajua pia unaweza enda twende alafu
sikumaanisha hivyo. Sikumaanisha hivyo.
So manze, it's very emotional. It's a very emotional because it's serious. And what we are saying is to the guys who have been hurt by these jokes and all that, manze, even for us, we apologize on behalf of the people who have done that. Because I know that there are times it may deal seriously with your self-esteem. Na inaweza kuaffect even with your life. Unajua life yako inaweza change just because of that joke. Enye mtu mwingine aliona,
Yeah.
As in it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Manze. And for those of us who manze tunatoanga jokes bana, let's be sensitive. Let's be sensitive and know where to draw the line.
Yeah. Maybe if you allow me, I can read a few things I think are very helpful in this subject.
Yeah.
One, there's a comment here somewhere. Says comedy is subjective. What one person finds funny, another will deem offensive. Yeah. Another joke is that another point was the one. Let me just see whether I can trace it. It was actually basically saying that you can joke about anything, but not to everyone.
Yeah.
I can add not everywhere.
Yeah.
Not so there are things you can laugh about in your head.
Yeah.
But if you need to ask yourself,
do I really need
I open my mouth?
Yeah. Welcome to King James.
Need
thou
I
shouldest ask it thyself.
Yeah.
Need
Whether thou shouldest keepest your mouth shut. Is it necessary for me to shine at the expense of somebody else? And some things like a joke about health, somebody's disability, their parents, or their child, or a scar or a wound, or something that causes them grief or troubles them. Unajua? I'm just thinking out loud. You know them. You can list them on the chat. You can give your experience on the chat, and you can start engaging with people who are struggling with such challenges, or who have been affected, so that people can bounce back and know, well, it was the joker's opinion. If it hurt them, it was the joker's opinion. Doesn't mean that that's who they are. And if you're the joker there, you still have hope.
Si ati tunakubash manze, hata sisi tunatoka jokes. Sisi pia lakini
tumesamehewa hata sisi bana.
It's a learning process, man. So I think your point imeenda home. Nimependa hiyo topic yako manze. Vile ume bring out a real experience that you went through, which is a good thing because it teaches us a lot. Mtu atasema ati watu wanaongea hata hawajai kwa unajua at least mtu ako like okay some experience
your stuff.
So asante kwa kuwa pia bold kutoa hiyo story because kuna mtu anakuangalia kwa like huyu jamaa anakuanga hivi
nikimuona uzi akikam neka headphones taikusikia kile anasema.
So thanks sana manzi. I think tumekafunga. So guys, that's it from us. Keep sharing, keep liking, subscribe kwa wale wenye subscribe manzi. Kama huja subscribe manzi, hiyo jokes ifani.
Hiyo jokes ifani.
Unatuhat man, unatuumiza. So subscribe manzi. So those have been 2 cents
from 2 gents.